Welcome back, everybody. It's Cape Rugby TV. Of course, as you know, and every week we talk about what's happening with the Western Province Club Rugby. Remember, you can find us on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Cape Rugby TV. Enter our competitions, take a look for the logs, take a look for the results, fixtures, etc. But it really is quite a lot of excitement at the moment. Jerome, when you're out there and you're talking to the clubs, is there a feeling, by the way, I was going to ask you about this, is there a feeling that universities are back? I mean, it's into varsity and that. Of course, we're back to this midweek games. A lot of clubs are playing in the middle of the week of the game. Are the clubs out there starting to talk about the fact that the varsities are back?
Yeah, they're definitely talking because a lot of clubs now have to make plans because it's Wednesday evening.
It's Wednesday night again.
And it's Saturday rugby. So a lot of them are talking and how to manage it, how to manage the players, which they have to do. But it's exciting because they're obviously all looking forward to play against the university teams.
So you've done quite a lot of work with a lot of those guys. How many of those university players have we, are we still seeing a lot of them play in the under-21s, in the Currie Cup, and so on?
Yeah, look, there's a lot of that guys from all the universities and from CPUT also. There's a lot of that guys now in the under-21 squad, training with the guys. So all the universities, I mean, that's basically the youngsters studying. So yeah, and a lot of from the other clubs also. But it's always a challenge for a club because they know they see these guys playing varsity cup, coming off a varsity cup. Obviously, they must be better prepared. But in our league, they also struggle. But that's how competitive our league is.
Well, quite often it looks like the universities get a lot of credit because they do quite well. But the flip side of it, the other side of being a university coach, is that you've got students who sometimes have to go away, they've got to study first. You don't have normal patterns. It's hard for universities as well.
Yeah, it's tough for them. I know a lot of them, what they do, because the guys obviously going to classes, so some of them start 7 o'clock in the mornings, whether it's gym or whether it's forwards and back split. So they have the luxury of that. And then late afternoons, which they train. So yeah, for them, because the guys are at the university, so they can use them when they don't have classes.
Yeah. Right, folks, another big game this weekend was Kuilsriver against Hamlets, and it was quite a tough match. Jerome, for both of these sides, Hamlets had to get points, even though it was going to be very, very, let's just say that it was going to be their absolute last chance to get out of the relegation space. It's, of course, there's no conclusions yet. We wait until the very last match has been played. But for Kuilsriver as well, this was a really important game, like we spoke about NTK. Both of those games very, very important for them, and still it's going to continue like this. But for both these games, they needed to make sure that the points are on the board, especially for Kuilsriver, because Kuilsriver obviously it's between them and NTK, who's going to end in the third bottom of the log. So this game we're looking at, really important. What do you think from your side? Are the players and coaches thinking in the build-up to this game? Are they talking about it?
Yeah, I think we had a discussion last week which teams now, any point which they can take, they will take. As I was at the NNK game, so I could see NNK didn't take chances. When there's a penalty, they kick for poles. So maybe they listen to our conversations. And I think the same with Hamlets. If you look at their scores, and I mean you were there, it basically comes down to the last minutes of the game, who's going to win the game.
Again, yeah. Well, let's take a look, folks. Let's show you now first half, Kuilsriver Hamlets. All right, there we go, folks. Yeah, Jerome, you just asked me a good question. What was the halftime score? To be honest with you, I can't remember. If I recall, yeah, I'm going to be guessing, so I'm rather not going to. I'm not going to guess. But what it did look like, though, because I was there, is it looked pretty even. It looked pretty even at halftime, and you know, one would like to say that maybe one could spot obvious errors, but I didn't see obvious errors. I thought it was just good club rugby.
Yeah, look, if I look at a game and I look at the amount of people that were there, that's why the people go. They want to see, and you know, Kuilsriver can run, Hamlets can run the ball, passing the ball, playing the ball, using those chip kicks, get into their hands. Like, not your normal stuff where you see people just bashing it up and try something, whatever. I think that was on the day for me, like the first half which I was watching now.
Yeah.
Both teams they had a go and running and playing. Also good defense, but just the skill level in the way they can get the hold, especially Hamlets, which I saw now a couple of times, hold the ball through phases. When they in the 22 now, they went to score, whether it's a chip kick or it's a long pass. But just the way that both teams were playing was very positive, that first half.
All right, folks, that's exactly what it was. Positive, it was fantastic. We'll talk about that more about the Kuilsriver Hamlets game in a second. Of course, don't forget, MChem 24-hour pharmacy is on board with Cape Rugby TV. And if you have not been to MChem yet, and you're, of course, wondering, well, when are they open? Well, as I said, they're open 24/7, 24 hours a day on the corner of N1 and Durban Road. They've got multiple zones there, multiple areas, everything that you need, from fantastic brands to really great prices, really good specials. And one of the things that I do suggest is, if you want to see some of these deals, some of these specials, follow MChem on Instagram, and you see what so many of their promotions are about. But of course, upstairs there's a sports supplement section. Downstairs are the dispensaries. There's ATMs, 3 ATMs at MChem 24-hour pharmacy. Don't forget, of course, there's a coffee shop upstairs. But I think one of the things that's always important to remember is that they're always there for you. If there's anything that you need 24 hours a day, there's always someone there for you. Not just that they're open, but that there's someone there to welcome you, someone that makes you feel special. And that's, of course, MChem 24-hour pharmacy. Get down there. They've got what you need. And if they don't have what you need, well, they'll find it for you. We'll take a break. When we come back, we carry on taking a look at the match between Kuilsriver and Hamlets. Back in a sec.